Enjoy Shabbat, chilling in my robe. Hey man, this is that Grand Canyon, that Grand Conjun, that Grand Conjunction, man. How y'all reeling? Welcome to Prester John, installment number 67. We did it again. Hey man, let's pop off, man. A Lego, hey, why is all this here though? Anything to do with India Superior? Man, let's just have some fun. This is 67. It's a victory lap. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it for the Priest King flow, the Moshe flow. I'm talking the 13th tribe, the tribe of Moshe, the tribe of Prester John. Hey, this is 67. 6 plus 7, 13. A Lego mystery of the Grail. Hey, you want these links, man? You want these links, man? Hey, get up in the drop chatter. Chat. All my noggins checking in. I appreciate you. We popping off, man. That's all I can say. I will eventually, put the links like in its own separate flow so that, it'll just be a post. I'll start reposting again, maybe right after this Shabbat, on the site. So look out for us, man. Look out for us, man. We over here popping off, man. Love the Dragon Child. He said, I know you've been on that Caramel Ayahu, Hermes Greek drop. I smell Joseph in the mix. Love to Caramel, Kurimeo. Love to Paris, Mejibe. I think that's my bro Red Eagle. What he do? He said, Shabbat Shalom. I heard you drop. Sign me up for the radio. Hey, man. I got some consistent cons ready to drop that drop for the fourth wave. You know what I'm saying? Hey, oh man, the bro's dropping Dragon Drop. It's all happening. Get in the drop chatter. Check in with my bro Paris Red Eagle, man. Check in with Dragon Child. That Caleb drop finna be serious, man. That Joseph drop finna be even more serious. Man, I mean, it's all happening. Ether's in the building, man. Okay. David said to Solomon, a son will be born to you. His name will be Solomon. He will be a son to me. I will be a father to him. All right, he's in that Stone Edition Chronicles 22:7. Con. And you know what I'm saying? We've been reconning that David has a son with Abigail. I believe their second son named Gilead. So we're talking about David's bond. You dig? But hey man, we gotta dig on that Chronicles 22, man. And like I said, I'm dropping links up in the drop chatter, man. Love to what they do. Check in 432thedrop.com. Password to get in here is 1234. So let go, man. We out of here, baby. The mystery of the Grail. Frederick, Prester John, and the tree of the empire. An old Italian romance relates that Prester John, a very noble Indian lord, sent an embassy to Emperor Frederick. Hey, and love to the family in the drop chatter. Live, man. Last time we was live, had nothing but Yapa energy, A-hop to all y'all tuning in right now. You know what I mean? I just can't compare it to nothing. The drop chatter, you can't compare it to nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a real quality flow we got over here. I don't care about quantity. I don't care about analytics. I don't care what YouTube shows us. We know YouTube is a mother-sucking lie. All I know is that when we get up in, our flow, even our live flow, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing, man, but that pure water, that pure AHOB from you, Drop Nation. So, these particular, I'm going off the flow from the last drop chatter live, you know what I'm saying, on Prester John 66. I don't remember everybody's name, but I remember certain things that was brought up, like these stones. Love to the family that brought these up. We're gonna get on this other link dealing with this Prester John and the magic carpet. I'm sorry, Aqua, I forgot. I don't know your name right now, but let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely give you a hop, you know what I'm saying, for the contribution, because We are in Prester John installment 67 exactly because of Eureka. We're only here, Managa, because you keep doing this. You keep dropping these links. This is what got us here. This is your fault, man. So I enjoy being here, a vessel, you know what I mean, to, share a few things that you can connect later for you and your fam. You know what I mean? We try, but. So let's check it. Love to Templar. We know what a romance is, right? I know we ain't forgot what a romance is, right? So when you see romance, you know what I'm saying, don't think we just talking about some love story. That's the first way they're going to try to throw you off. You got to get back into etymologies, put in romance. And when you do, Love to the Templar, a story written or recited of the adventures of a knight or hero. So when you talk romances, you're talking knights and you're talking heroes. And when you're talking Roman, of course, you're talking the Romani, which are the knights and the heroes. Got it. It only started being used as a love affair in 1801, my nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? Or 1660s extended to a love story. 1300s, we're just talking about a knight and a hero. And this right here, we're getting it out of The Mystery of the Grail by Julius Evola. Initiation in Magic and the Quest of the Spirit. Okay. All right, so an old Italian romance, right? Knight hero relates that Prester John, a very noble Indian lord. Indian, right? 3 Indians. Let's go. Sent an embassy to Emperor Frederick, possibly Frederick II, acknowledging him to be the mirror of the world. Remember, we read that Prester John got a magic mirror in order to learn for himself if this Frederick was wise in words and deeds. Thus, 3 stones were sent by Prester John to Frederick. At the same time, the emperor was asked what he thought was the best thing in the whole wide world. Was the best thing in the whole wide world? The emperor, the tale continues, accepted the stones and did not inquire about their value. As for the question, he answered that the measure was the best thing in the world. From this, Prester John deduced that the emperor was wise in words, but not in deeds, because he did not inquire about the most excellent powers of the stone. He thought that with the passing of time, these stones, quote, would have lost their value, since the emperor did not know what their value was, and proceeded to have them returned. This happened essentially through one of them, endowed with the magic power of invisibility. Reminds me of Benjamin of Tudela when he had that magic ring and went invisible, man. Kind of like Lord of the Ring. You thought it was play, huh? Just like the Infinity Stones. Oh, you thought it was play, huh? Man, Hollywood done played some games on us. He thought that with the passing of the time of these stones, they would have lost their value, since the emperor did not know what the value was and proceeded to have them returned. This happened essentially through one of them, endowed with the magic power of invisibility and said to be worthier than your whole empire. According to another legend preserved by Oswald der Schreiber, Frederick II received from Prester John a fireproof garment made of salamander skin. Fireproof, made of salamander skin? Or are we talking about dragon skin? Because only a dragon skin would really be fireproof. The water of perennial youth, the fountain of youth. So, according to another legend, instead of just getting 3 stones, Frederick II, he got a fireproof garment made of dragon skin, my nigga. He got the water of from the fountain of youth, and he got a ring with 3 stones. So not only did he get the 3 stones, but he got the ring too. Remember the invisibility. Do we have any other substantiating evidence of a ring that turned King David, Prester John, invisible. Remember the story of David Elroy and the Benjamin of Tudela. We're talking the Middle Ages, right? We're talking about, all the Dark Age recon. Okay. So this ring with 3 stones, which gave its carrier the power to breathe underwater. Remember the underwater kingdoms and stuff, right? To be invulnerable and to become invisible. This ring, the ring, the ring, yeah, the ring makes you invisible, right? Like Lord of the Rings, right? Prester John Stone was particularly mentioned in German writings of the 14th century, together with an allusion to the power that made one invisible. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Wait now. I'm just belly flopping because we got a lot to cover. We got a lot to cover. What does it say? This center was supposed to be located in the mysterious and wonderful region in Central Asia, Mongolia, India, or even Ethiopia. All right. What do all these places have in common? What do all the places have in common? India, superior. Where's Ethiopia? Where's Asia? Remember the maps, man. Does North America even exist, man? Wow. Yeah, this is North America, right? This is Grand Canyon, my naga. This is within one of the temples within the Grand Canyon. Why is there 1,200,000 acres that they won't even let you come close to? Because you're talking India superior when you talk North America, my naga. I mean, man, when you talk North America, you got to ask yourself, North does North America exist, man? You know what I mean? It's not until you really recon it, you know what I mean, that things start to make a little bit more sense, man. Oh man, this is a different link here, but you already see they're gonna be kicking some drop about, really a pre-flood situation. Buildings that, they didn't just build these things, you know what I'm saying? These things were already here. I mean, where are you really? Does North America exist? Now, for a time they had taken this link down, and then I found another link. But my naga, we just talking about America, right? You see, it doesn't say South America in the Oran T.S. Finds map 1531. It just says America, right? There is no North America. It connects directly to Asia. You see Cathay here. Right, so in this Weld Carte map, same thing. America or South America connects directly to Asia. But you still see Mexico, you still see Florida, letting you know that this is so-called North America. And over here you see Cathay, right? Cathay. What do you see here? Cathay. Catay. Cathay. Cathay. Yo. They put an O at the end. All right, you got Tangu, China, India superior. Does North America exist? So I don't have to surf the wave too crazy. I mean, there's maps all over the place, you know what I'm saying, validating the fact that this North America concept is only here to, give us the switcheroo. That you, whether you are in, Detroit, New York, or whether you know what I'm saying, in the Midwest, or whether you way over here, in the Far East in California, you're in India Superior. And that's why you're seeing this in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. It shouldn't be here according to your brainwash, right? But you're in India Superior. And does North America exist according to the Orienteus map? No. According to the, let's see, the 1740 Carte des Lux, no. All right. America connects directly to Asia. According to the Carte Marina Nevola Tavola 1561, America connects directly to Grand Tartary, or India Superior. And if there's a superior India, that means that there's an inferior India. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Got it. According to the A la Carte de Navigare, you got all this in your ether packs, my noggin. South America connects directly to Asia, and you see the what? China right here, Cateo right here, India Superior right here, and Tangu up here. Got it. Yeah, I mean, map after map has South America going right to Asia. India Superior. Almost like Appalachia right there, almost, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I mean, you see it. All right, so where's North America? Or are we just talking Asia? Are we just talking Asia? Why does that say Moab? All right, all right, all right. Asia. So let's read this again. The center was supposed to be located in the mysterious, wonderful region in Central Asia. These legends are very significant, especially if we consider that the kingdom of Prester John is only one among the several medieval figurations of the supreme center. Asia, right? And now I gotta say Asia. Khan, America, Asia. Or Mongolia. Where's Mongolia? Where's Mongi? Where's Mongi? Let's go. India. Where's India? India Superior. Got it. Got it. Because that's all we see on these maps. India Superior. Got it. India Superior. Okay. I mean, getting warmer, right? Or even Ethiopia. Where's that? Obviously, that's a vague term for any dark-skinned people anywhere they are. It's Ethiopia. So all this is Ethiopia. All this is India. All this is Mongolia. And all this is Asia. The latter name having a vague and various meaning when considering the attributes conferred on this kingdom. However, there are no doubts concerning its symbolic character. Prester John's gifts to Emperor Frederick constitute a sort of mandate of a superior character. A superior character in superior India, my naga. Is it play? Which was offered to the German representatives of the Holy Roman Empire that he might establish a real contact with the principle of the universal ruler. Prester John is the King of Kings, Khan of Khans. Let's go. The water of perennial youth, the fountain of youth, visibility, or visibly, has the meaning of immortality. The incombustible garment is connected to the power of the phoenix or the dragon to remain unscathed and renew itself in fire. Invisibility is a potent symbol of the power to contact the invisible and supersensible dimension and to be able to be transferred to it. The power of breathing underwater corresponds to the ability of not sinking or drowning and of walking on water. What's it got to do with this Kalki of Vatara's crossing of the sea, of Arthur's sword or Prester's sword held above the water? Walking on water? It signifies the ability to participate in the principle that is superior to the current of the world and to the stream of becoming. In other words, these are qualifications and powers of a strictly initiatory type. My noggin. Did King David walk on water? I mean, I asked you before about the four sinless men, and a Christian would only say, Jesus. But then we say, oh, you mean Yeshai? David's dad is a sinless man. David's Bond, his son, Daniel Kilieb, is a sinless man. Benjamin's a sinless man. Moses' pop, Amram, which we're going to talk about today, is a sinless man. Okay, JC, it seems like you're biting on this sinless situation. What about walking on water, JC? Because it seems like we've been walking on water because we had the technology to do that, right? We had that magi magic to do that. This ring makes you invisible and gives you the power to walk on water. Benjamin of Tudela. Let's get it from here. "10 years ago, there rose a man of the name David Elroy, L, or HaWah, Roy, like king, the king, Elroy, of the city of Amaria." All you gotta do is put a C after the I, you get America. But Lego, because we just talking about America, right? We just talking about America, man. The Grand Khan, right? The Grand Khan. Walking invisibility. So this David, who had studied under the Prince of Captivity, his die. The Prince of Captivity is an Exilarch. Exilarch has died. Do we need to go to Genie and dig on has died Exilarchs? You're going to see this has died connected to all these Davids and all this flow here under Eli. Like who? Elijah? Okay, the president of the College of John Jacob in the city of Baghdad. Where's that? Oh, Iraq. Let's go, man. Who became an excellent scholar, being well versed in the Mosaic law. So wherever they are, they're versed in KTC, keeping the code, the Moses code. In the directions of the rabbi and in the Talmud, understanding also the profane sciences, the language and the writings of the Mohammedans, and the scriptures of the magicians and enchanters. He made up his mind to rise in rebellion against the king of Persia. Right. So who's the rulers during the Babylonian captivity, right? Who's the Persian king? What's all this Persian Babylon captivity about? The Exilarchs about? To unite and collect the Jews, to collect his Nagas who live in the mountains of Kaftan, and with them to engage in war with all Gentiles. So this David is definitely an Israelite, right? He's practiced in the Mosaic law. Got it. Got it. And the scriptures of the Magi, right? So we're gonna talk about some of this magic. He made up his mind to be in rebellion against the king of Persia, of the captivity, to unite and collect the Jews or the Judah who lived in the mountains, and with them to engage in war with all Gentiles, making the conquest of Jerusalem his final object. So David wants Jerusalem back. He gave signs to the Hebrews by false miracles, right? So this is the smut they want to continue to put on David's name. But let's read the story and see how false these miracles are. And remember, they just called them false miracles. And then they're going to proceed to break it down in the most miraculous way. Let's go. HaWah has sent me to conquer Jerusalem and to deliver you from the yoke of the Gentiles. Some of the Jews did not believe in him and called, or did believe in him and called him Mashiach, messenger, Messiah, HaMashiach. Hosea 3, search for HaWah and khandrop. Is he a messenger? Is he a high messenger? When the king of Persia became acquainted with these circumstances, he sent and summoned David to his presence, and the latter went without fear, and when brought before the court, he was asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" So just like Jesus, right? King of the Jews. David is asked, is he the king of the Jews? To which he made answer and said, I am. Upon this, the king immediately commanded that he should be secured and put into jail, put in prison, where the captives are kept who are in prison for life. Now, this is very important. What's another way of saying that you're going to be in jail for life? That you are dead to the population, dead to your previous life, dead to your reality. You're going to be in jail for life. It's as good as dead. You know what I'm saying? So, who are in prison for life. You don't have your life no more. You got to start a new life or get into a whole new mentality, right? Situations situated in the city of Darbaristan on the banks of Kizal Ozin, which is a broad river, after a lapse of 3 days. Damn. Sound a lot like JC typology, right? So he's in jail for life, which is pretty much damn near death. So just follow me now. He's dead. Okay. After 3 days, what happens after 3 days, man? When the king sat in council to take advice of his nobles and officers respecting the Hebrews who had rebelled against his authority, David appeared among them. So he died and he raised up in 3 days, right? You see a lot of JC typology. He raised from the dead in 3 days. David appeared, having liberated himself from prison without human aid. And no one helped him. He just, he just, he was just raised from the dead. You know what I'm saying? After 3 days. And when the king beheld him, he inquired, "Who has brought you here? Or who has set you at liberty?" To which David made answer, "My own wisdom." So he said without human aid. He didn't say he didn't have help from his mama and his daddy, wisdom and subtle subtlety. For verily I fear neither you or your servants. Man, I'm here to pop off. Man, you couldn't hold me down. You put me in jail for life. No one helped me but my own mama, my own wisdom, my own pa, my own subtlety. You know what I'm saying? What is subtlety? My nigga, let's just look this word up so we can clearly see what David is talking about. Subtlety. We're talking about intelligence. We're talking about a framer and shaper connection. Subtlety. Definition. The quality or state of being subtle. A subtle distinction, feature, or argument. Man, let's go to 1828 because we just surfing the way. Hey, what's a dragon? What's a dragon? Oh, a meteor, man. Oh, a person that's violent towards the hijack. This man or woman is a dragon. Well, what's a Prester? Because, this is the Prester investigation. Oh, it's just a meteor, just like a dragon? Prester is a meteor, and a meteor is a dragon. Got it. Let's go. Subtlety, fineness. Okay, let's check out subtle. I'm saying that right. Spell it right. Cunning, devised, sly in design, artful, insinuating, cunning. Okay, pretty much we're talking about intelligence, right? So David is saying, man, my own wisdom and intelligence, and I don't fear you. I don't fear your servants. The king immediately commanded that he should be seized, but his servants answered and said, we see him not, and are aware of his presence only by hearing the sound of his voice. Anaga, it sounds like David just went invisible. We're talking about the invisible dimension that he's contacted, the invisible symbol of the power to contact this super sensible dimension. Super sense. So Khandawi, according to a separate substantiating document, the mystery of the Grail, these gifts that Prester John sent, it had to be his people, because he wouldn't send this to no hijack. He would not send the water, the fountain of youth, to no hijack. The water perennial youth. But it had everything to do with not just immortality, right? But these gifts, the ability to walk on water, the ability to be invisible, right? So way back, right, in the 1300s, whenever the Benjamin of Tudela was written, way back, there's recon going into this David, this king, this El Roy, right? El Roy, the king, King David. And they asked him, are you the king of the Jews? Are you the king? He says, I am. This is King David, right? Babylonian captivity, right? The Exilarchs, the Davids that are in Babylonian captivity. This is what we've been digging on in Genie, the Raja Hirajas, and all that, right? So let's go. Wave surfers, let's go. We popping off. So David is free. He's telling them he ain't afraid of him no more. He ain't never been afraid. And what does it say? He went invisible. The Persian king said, man, go ahead and seize him. But his servants said, we see him not and are aware of his presence only by hearing the sound of his voice. So David just went invisible, just like the Prester flow. Just let you know we're talking about the same energy, frequency, and vibration. The king was very much astonished at David's exceedingly subtlety, who thus addressed him, I now go my own way. So David's like, he's invisible. They could only hear his voice. He says, man, I'm going my own way. I'm out here. I'm out of here, babe. And he went out, followed by the king and all his nobles and servants. They're just following his voice. They follow him to the banks of the river, where he did what? He took his shawl, like Aladdin, my naga. We're going to talk about this magic carpet, right? Spread it upon the water, and he crossed it. I want you to try that. Spread a shawl, spread a rug, and see if you can walk on water. If you think this is play. But David just walked on water, right? Just like he has the gifts. The Prester has the gifts. The ability to walk on water without sinking, right? Okay. So he spread out his shawl. They followed him to the banks of the river where he took off his shawl, spread it on the water, and crossed it thereupon. At that moment, he became visible again, and all the servants of the Persian king saw him cross the river on his shawl. He was pursued by them in boats, but without success, and they all confessed that no magi, no magician, right? We're talking magicians. You remember what they were saying? That we're talking this magi flow. That Prester has this flow connected with these magi, with these magicians, Managi. This super sensible dimension, the power of breathing underwater. That water, David got that water. I mean, look, man. Fireproof garment, fountain of youth, a ring with 3 stones. Yeah. I mean, how else can you say it? How else could you explain it in today's terms if you saw somebody popping off like this? You think these stones is only in the Marvel comic books, man? Or are we talking the magi, the magic power of invisibility? You're dealing with high level magicians, right? When you talk about these 3 magi, even in the New Testament, they got these magi popping up, you know what I'm saying? And it's very important to say, what magic? I mean, this magic today, you know what I'm saying? You get hunted down, you be called a witch. You know what I'm saying? This is your natural flow. This is your KTC. They got lesser magic. You got that magi. My Naga's got that magi flow. And we're just talking about magicians, right? So he was pursued by them, and they all confessed that no magician upon earth could equal him. All right. Okay. Okay. We're walking on water now, David. Let's go. And this drop's brought to you, man, by your ether packs, your Prester packs. Hey, get up in the drop shop or send me, you know what I'm saying, your email, whatever the case is, or email me, music@432thedrop.com. Make sure you get your Prester pack to get all, I said all the links, to get all the drop. I mean, maybe next time we're just gonna belly flop just in the Prester pack, my noggin, just in the links itself. These are the drop links that are on the Ether Pack 2, and they're also, most of them are on the Prester Pack 1. There will be a Prester Pack 2 that includes all the information after Prester John 61, because I think that's where we cut off for Prester Pack 1. And I think every, 10 Prester Johns or so, we'll do a new Prester Pack, make sure we keep everything consolidated, man. But, it's a lot of great drop to dig on, a lot that's been gathered throughout the years, my naga. A lot of map drop, my naga. A lot of Anion, but Lego. And yeah, you got that Does North America Exist link on there too. Okay. Let's belly flop, man. Let's go. European Georgia. Now, we talked about these Georges, these kingdoms of Georgia. Oh man, we got so many genie links up. Let's pull this one back up. This David Soslan. Because remember, we're just talking about Babylonian captivity, which is Persian Medes captivity, all connected, man. We're talking about the rulers during these captivities. That means you're talking to Exilarch, specifically Exilarch David. We talk Persia, you're talking Babylon. But what's this Georgia about? I mean, this is the part that they really held back. And check this out, man. This David the Sixth, is the father of the Exilarch, has died the sixth, right? And has died the sixth kind of reminds me a lot of this has died that they just mentioned in the Benjamin of Tudela. However it go with the chronology of it all, but this his die here is also a prince of captivity. So although David here is studying under this particular his die, as if this his die is older than this David, which could make sense if this his die of Babylon, look at the dates, right? Who's the son of this David? You know what I mean? Perhaps we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, a future David from here, you know what I mean, in which, you know, his die is, you know, older than him. But we know that this David titles continue to be passed on. Father of his die, brother of Solomon, and Hanan or Canaan. And we see how accurate, you know, Genie's been flowing. Yeah, Genie has been flowing. But let's get to the European Georgia, right? Because we're just talking about Babylon and Georgia. And this is where you're getting this George title, Georgie. Way before Genghis Khan, George, the George title was already here. I mean, don't you got a Georgia in America? But let go. All right, so, you know, good little compilation right here. Ethno-geopolitics in Caucasus and the ethno-genetical history of Europe. And I just want to jump, you know, do a couple of, you know, flops for your belly flop. So they go with some generic stuff first. Georgians in the world are estimated to be around 5 million, around 3 million Georgians live in Georgia. I mean, but of course, we're not talking about the real ones. The real ones. These people keep stealing our history, man. Oh, boy. Now, focus, man. Ethnographic, right? We're talking about ethnic, right? We're talking about culture now. Groups of Georgia people in Georgia, the Ameretians, the Ameretians, Megrels, kind of like mongrels, right? Cartleys, Caucasians, huh? Caucasians. Gurels, swans, like the swans, my nigga. I mean, come on, man. The Lazes, like Lazarus. I mean, all these, you know, I mean, you can play with. But look at the Meshechs, man. Look at the Meshechs. Oh, boy, look at the Meshechs, right? I mean, keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Let's go. Let's go. We belly flop. Now, these Georgian languages, we'll get back on the Voynich manuscript, but they say that it's composed of a Hebrew stylized Georgian. Now, you can see some of the Hebrew flow. You see the towel right there. You know what I mean? You see kind of like this wah right there. You know what I mean? You see different things that remind you. You see that this right here reminds you of the kof or the kuf. You know what I mean? A lot of similarities with that. Is the Voynich manuscript a mixture of Hebrew and Georgian and whatever else? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I don't want to give too much away. But this is stuff that they've also, you know, brought up as they're trying to crack the code and still can't crack the code in the Voynich manuscript. You got the link, get it out the drop chatter box, you know what I'm saying? But, it's a lot to do with these Georges. I want to pick it up right here with these Meshekhs. Let's get it down a little bit. All right, they got the Georgian kings, Georgian feudal family of Bagantonim. The Bagrats play heavy. We got that last time. Get the drop. As you dig it on David, you keep connecting to the Bagrats. Appeared from Spheri or Ispheri, now territory of Turkey. Why, oh why, did the Byzantine Empire get taken out 1 year after the Papal Bull doomed diverses in 1452? The next year, 1453, the Byzantine Empire is taken out. This Byzantine that's connected to what they call Turkey has this Mosokh or Meshekh connection. And the Meshekhs, you could read in the Josephus flow, you know what I'm saying? How there's this whole mystery around this lineage of the Meshekhs. For those that are able to understand, it says in the book of Josephus. But let's go. The founder of the royal dynasty was Ashot. Okay. The Bragantoni royal dynasty reigned in Georgia for more than a millennium and claimed descent from King David of the Hebrew Bible. So look here, man. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Come on, man. Oh, man. Anyway, man. You see it, man. You see it, man. All right. So we don't have to go crazy at all. These Georgians are saying they're coming directly from the line of King David of the Hebrew Bible, it says, right? Don't it say that, my noggin? Right. Ah, man. Here we go. So we're not going crazy trying to connect this to the script or the Hebrew. We're saying that, are we picking up the actual timeline by doing all this cross-referencing and you know what I'm saying, some of this chronology flow, you know what I'm saying? When we see Georgia, we know they're talking Hebrews. We know we're talking script. You're not talking about some separate situation in Russia. You know what the Russians look like. You know what the Rus look like, right? Okay, so what do the Georgians look like? What's it got to do with you? What do the Rus have to do with you? What do the kings of Jerusalem have to do? What does the Prester of the three Indias have to do with you? What does Hesda, Solomon, Canaan have to do with you? Naga, what does Prester John have to do with you? Wow. Okay. What's it got to do with the Hebrew? During centuries, Georgian kings were never blamed for social exploitation. Georgia had only heroic king. Possibly they personally led troops in constant battles. They all were physically exceptionally strong, wise, and well educated. We're talking the Hebrew. During this 1,000 years, a very third Georgian king was killed in battle or executed by enemy. Now, does this have anything to do with the invasion of Genghis Khan in 1202? Because then they pick it up after Queen Tamar's death in 1213, and we dug a lot on this Tamar in connection with Sheba and all that, and keep that in mind because it plays heavy. And keep the other Tamars in mind that we haven't mentioned, but they're mentioned in the script, like with Judah in the book of Genesis. You got a Queen Tamar in that situation, or a Tamar in that situation. You know what I'm saying? That, Judah was with, and all this stuff, all this messy stuff, right? But it's the same type of messy stuff happening later with Tamar. You know what I'm saying? Where, her husband's killed and then she pops off with David. Now, what's the real story? Because the way they're presenting Tamar, man, it's kind of messed up, man. I think there's more to it. I think they're really hiding the greatness of our Aquas. I think they're hiding the greatness of Tamar, trying to make her some scandalous, situation. And every time she's mentioned, it's under some scandal. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a red flag to me. That's a red flag. Now, the ancient dynasty after Tamar's death became extinct in the male line. In the male line. And Tamar's descendants by her marriage with the Assyrian Prince David Soslan, right? That's who we're just digging on here. So we ain't over here on no play. We're talking about the son of Prester John, even though they're not going to just go out and tell you in this document here that Prester John's son, his bond is David Soslan. Now, Soslan is a title. We're still decoding the Soslan title, but we know it has to do with everything with Khan David. And all these, when you look up a lot of this drop, man, this is also very possibly the same person. You know what I'm saying? His mother, or he's also the husband of Princess Tamar. You know what I'm saying? Just like David Soslan. So, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? At the same damn time, but he's called this Manu Shir, the third Shah. Right? Shah's another title for this Khan. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a Khan. We're just talking Khans. Just talking Khan. And we went through a lot of this genealogies in Prester 66. This is 67, man. Get with it or get left on. All right. Now, a lot of y'all in the comments, y'all been dropping some drop, man. And I really appreciate that. You know, someone also dropped about this Manu Shar being, oh, yeah. We just had a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? Love to everyone tuning in to the teachable moments. Bodies on bodies in the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon, Prester John. Now, is that Manu Shir the same thing as Makir? Some of y'all brought that up, and I think that's a great observation. Tribe Nation, man, you are always on point, because Makir is another title, and it appears to be a title passed on and passed on and passed on. That definitely correlates with the Davids and the Moshehs and the Amrams, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff right here. Oh, man. Oh, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, everyone over here digging on it, man, digging on the Grand Canyon. Walego. Yeah, they don't like it when we talk Grand Canyon, man. My haters is never late. They like, oh, shit, man, drop. They just wait up for a noggin to drop something, man. And I make they day. They be like, oh, okay, yeah, man. Like, who goes to a page looking for something not to like, man? That's just hijack city, man. But I focus on my real ones, and this is what we do it for, my Nagas. And y'all been leaving great comments here. Y'all leave great comments all the time. You know what I'm saying? Prester 66. Let's pull up some comments for that. I just want to acknowledge my Nagas that take the time to leave comments. I do get back eventually, sometimes. But, I appreciate y'all, man. And, this keeps me going and it keeps us investigating, because your comments always lead somewhere. That's why we're on Prester John installment 67. So last time we connected Queen Tamar, right, with this Bathsheba. So every time we talk Tamar, think about Sheba. I know it's not normal for you to do this type of connection, but every time you think about Queen Tamar, think about Bathsheba, man. All right. So, hey, up to y'all, man, for showing up. You know what I'm saying? Love to Red Eagle. Why did the Most High choose me to have this Dracan fly perspective, man? Pop off, Red Eagle. Zion Train, I've been waiting on this one brother drop. I just tied up some loose ends that I had. Pure fire, brethren. Much ahab. Much respect to the tribe. Duke Wonder, this is manna all in itself. Thank you for this. Greg Sykes, thank you for your research. I'm like a student in your classroom. Zebediah, David said to Solomon, a son will be born to you. And he put Kiliab in parentheses, man. Oh, that's my bro popping off in the chat. What it do, man? Coon. Much love, great insights, otherwise unknown. Mikael Jones. Copper Colored Nation, salute, brother. You stay dropping the jewels. Mac, I'm thankful I was able to make this live today. Yeah, we popped off live. 66, lots of drop. Dragon Fire, ThaWaDa seeking with all our blue, purple, red, white linen, gold thread. Find the jewels. Jeremiah 29:13. Let's go. Tupac Katari, Halal HaWah. This is lining up wonderfully. Uri equals Uriah. Glad you brought that up, Tupac, because you know who else brings that up? Robert Grisham in the Medieval Empire, the Israelites, that $1,000 book. And yeah, it's on your ether pack. Yeah, it's on your ether packs. Okay, $1,000 book. Hey, Halal HaWah. So Uri is the shortened of Uriah. And when you're reading all this, Queen Tamar marrying or her previous husband is Uri. And there's a whole nother story about this Uri with Tamar. You know, it kind of gives you a lot of feelings. You know, it's not just Uriah, you know, being sent to the front line and dying. You know, this Uri was, you know, rebelling against the entire kingdom. Like, you know what I'm saying? He came up against Queen Tamar, and you know she led the battle to put him down, to put down his rebellion, man. So I think stuff like that is what they don't want us to know about our Aqua. You know what I'm saying? They popping off, you know what I mean? Popping off the battle like a Queen Sheba would, like a Queen Khalifa should. First husband, Uri. And after he dies in the script, or you know, he gets overthrown with his rebellion in the Georgia flow, Queen Tamar flow. Either way, it's lining up because what's the chance that we're reading, you know, like we got last time, man, with this where is it at? Where's that Drizab? Yeah, we getting linky. We getting linky so we can get a little bit thinky. Let go. Yeah, last time we was just popping off, you know, making some connections. The Queen of Sheba legend, you know what I'm saying? We, you know, chewed the veggies, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, just digging on some of this, what they call theories, right? It's just a theory that they're kicking, but what we took the babies out the bathwater was this Queen Tamar connection. You know, where the author is saying that Bathsheba, her name is Makah Tamar, right? And there's two Shebas and there's two Tamars, and they're trying to figure it out in their theory. We got our own, but keep that in mind, the Sheba Tamar connection, and that's what we were building off. And that led us to this whole Uri flow, Prince Uri of Russia. Managa, we cash receipts around. All we do, all praise to Wah. We got that water. We got that validation. So what's the chances that this Uri, you know what I'm saying, who is married to Tamar before she goes off and, you know, connects to the David flow, what's the chances that this Uri and Uriah, who's married to Sheba, and then we got a connection between get it bigger. Queen Sheba, Bathsheba, is Tamar. And Tamar's ex-husband is Uri. And Sheba's ex-husband is Uriah, the Hittite. Managa, ain't no such thing as coincidence, managa. You know what I'm saying? One. And two, that's just too much of a damn coincidence. We're connecting Sheba with Tamar, and you telling me that both of their exes have the same name? Both of their ex-husbands got the same name. Man, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here, man. So, yeah. We gotta dig on this Uri with a dragonfly perspective, with the possibility of it being Uriah, who David slew by putting him on the front line. And does this help us answer any type of questions as to why, other than, David wanting to be with Sheba or Tamar, or however you want to look at it, but why would David really put him on the front line? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know, is he just a bad guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or is it more to what Uri was doing? Because Tamar herself led the troops, and showing remarkable talent for the commander, defeated her husband on the outskirts of Tbilisi. So Uri will become a pawn in their hands. The Russian prince turned out to be a tough nut. True, he led the troops and won victories, but remember, he's a mighty man, Uriah. But this particular article is saying that he drank, cursed, and self-willed for more than 2 years, so that soon everyone was bursting with patience. They poured him a full measure of gold and sent him royally back to the Byzantine. However, Uri did not accept the divorce. He gathered a huge army from the Greeks, to which some Georgian Tsarina's ill-wishers also joined. So some of the Nagas, you know what I'm saying, in the Naga, in the Hebrew flow, you know what I mean, it was a more on more war. It was a Hebrew on Hebrew war. They had Georgians on both sides of this war, set off to conquer Georgia. But this time, Tamara herself led the troops. And this is what they don't want you to know. And if we look at it like Sheba, we know Sheba was putting it down. We know Sheba was leading her troops. We know Khalifa was doing the same thing. And are they all the same queen? Or should we say, is it all the same title of queen? And yeah, are they the same? Surf the wave. Yeah, I don't think they want you to know that, Aquas. You know what I'm saying? That you pop off. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to step up and handle business, my Aquas pop off. Let's get back to the Georgia flow. Since we're talking Georgia, since we're talking Georgians and a Georgia on Georgia war. All right. So this Ossetian Prince, which is another title, just like the Allens, all these are family or different titles of the same family. You know what I'm saying? Prince David Soslan. All right, so he continued to use the name Bagrationi. This line is continued to the present day in the 15th century. That's the 1400s. That's when you were invaded in America. Khan. The dynasty was split into three male lines, reigning in Kartli, Kakheti, and Emirati. Now this sounds a lot like the Cholas, because they got like different, like three main Chola lines, and we're just talking about Raja Chola, who is the father of David Soslan, the husband of Queen Tamar. All right, the Chola, right? All right, love to yourself. We always, dance around the Cholas. I want to jump back in and just reread some great drop on the Chola flow and see if it shines for us. Because remember, we're just talking India Superior, my Naga. Does North America exist? My naga. Yeah. Or are we just talking about Asia? When has South America ever connected directly to Asia? Mexico, Asia. And why is all this here? Did someone bring it here? Or was it already here? Is that why they don't want you here? So the modern Bracatones are represented by four main families. Princes Grozinski, descended from Iriko. The second, Prince Emiritinsky, extinct in the male line since 1978. Interesting. Let's go. You got the Georgia flag. You see the tau. Modern Georgian state flag is Middle Ages Georgian military flag. And it's believed to be Jerusalem flag won by Georgian military centuries ago. Okay. When holy Christian places in Muslim Jerusalem were under Georgian patronage. I just want to get this piece right here, man, because we are going to go swiftly, man. Hey, did y'all know, first of all, how big these dogs are, man? This is called a Georgian Shepherd, also known as a Nagazi. It's a Naga dog, man. A Nagazi, a big-ass dragon dog. Just popping off. Georgian Shepherds are the biggest dogs on the planet. I mean, we talk dogs a lot, but we don't talk big-ass Georgian dogs, man. That's a big dog. That's a big dog. All right. They are brave, alert, muscular. We might need to get some Georgian Shepherd. We might need to get some Nagazis. We gotta get some Nagazis on our land, man. Popping off for the Naga. Let's go. All right, man. So check this part out right here, man. Okay. So accordingly, the name of Georgian tribes varies in different languages. So here's all these different Georgian tribes, and you see the Iberia, right? Now all this is the same. Iberia, Tubal. Remind me of the two-ball cane a little bit. To Iberian, Tyrrhenian, Tabar, Hibernia. Did you know that Iberia is Hiberia? Iberia is Hiberia? Hey, man, can y'all say it with a noggin? Can you say it with me? Hyborian. Yeah, we've been surfing the wave with this since the balcony days. My Naga, Egypt. Yeah, man. Bodies on bodies, man. I tell you, man. Body bags. Kush way over here. Off of big old South America, connecting directly to the greater Asia, Grand Tartaria. See all that? You see all this? This is that Hyborian flow, man. That straight connection with this Pangea, you know what I'm saying, situation with everything connected. And again, I love the entire Earth plane. Just because we tell you that we are from this ancient, you know what I'm saying, world right here, you know what I'm saying, don't let that take away from our love for mama all across the Earth plane. We just don't like deception. And sometimes we got to set the record straight, you know what I mean, so that, you know, the world can come out of, you know, this thick fog, this thick spell. But we're just talking Hyborian, man. Pick land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 tribes in Pick land. 12 tribes. Samaria, northern, southern tribes. Check it out, man. You got Shem. You got Egypt with Luxor and Kim. You got Cush and the Cush's Sea, Timbuktu. You got Punt connected to South America, Zimbabwe connected to South America. And when you go over to Africa, you don't see none of that. But you see Iranistan or Persia. So even when we talk Persia, you see how it connects right here at the Thoth Amon spell barrier. If you don't think you're in a spell, if you don't think you're in a Mercury retrograde, man, you definitely are. And Thoth is right here. And there's a spell barrier right here before you get to the land of no return. Hyborian. What does Hyborian have to do with Hiberia? Huh? What does the Meshekh, remember I told you, remember the Meshekh, have to do with the Meshekh or the Mosokh in Hebrew? Man, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this up. What does the Meshekh tribe of the Georgians have to do with Moshe? What does it have to do with the, and y'all remember this link, becoming Christian, the conversion of Roman Cappadocia? Do you remember who the Cappadocians are? Who the Cappadocians are? In his ecclesiastical history, Philo was hence both ecumenical and local. He included many tidbits of odd information about biblical events in the Roman Empire. He was interested in the legends of Cappadocia. You see it, man, when he mentioned Mazaka, the original name for the city that eventually became Khazaria, Caesar, right? Khazar, right? That's why I said the original Khazars are the Mazakans, not the hijack. You're talking the Mazaka, which became a place called Khazaria. He noted that his name was derived from Mosokh, the founder. You're talking Turkey, right? You're talking Byzantine. You're talking Cappadocia. You're talking Mosokh or Moshe, one of the tribes of the Georgians, is the Mosokh tribe, the Hebrew, right? The Mosokh tribe. Okay. The Mosokh tribe, the Meshekh tribe, the founder of the Cappadocians. Mosokh's name suggests some sort of Shemitic derivation. Separate substantiating recon. Mosokh is how the Hebrew would say the Meshekh or the Meshiach, Moses. And what happened to this Meshiach? What happened to the actual founder of Mazaka? Why did they take out the Byzantine Empire 1 year after the Papal Bull, Dum Diversus? Why did they take out Mazaka, right? Right after they did the Papal Bull, saying to invade, search out, vanquish you niggas, you know what I'm saying, wherever you are. Why did they take out the Mosokh, the Mosokhs first? The founders in the early, wait, back it up. Moses' name, Mosokh's name suggests some sort of Shemitic Hebrew, right? And his reputation as the founder of the Cappadocians seems to hint at a foundation legend for the region that was older than the adoption of Greek myths. Wait a minute. So this region is older than the Greeks. It's older than the Greek myths. You can't look through the mind of a Hajjaj to see this. It's older. It's foundational. It's a foundation legend. A foundation legend is a foundation. It's the source. It's the pop-offness for the region that's older than the mythology of the Greeks. It's older than the Hercules and the Olympics and the Zeuses and all this stuff. It's older than all that stuff, man. In the early Roman Empire, people outside Cappadocia had heard of Mosokh too. The Jewish historian Josephus even tried to fit him into biblical genealogies. Right? He tried to put him in the line of Japheth under a separate tribe called Meshekh. But we're talking about Shemitic derivation, not Japheth, Japhethic derivation. We're talking about Shem, right? So Josephus tried to fit him into biblical genealogies by equating him with Meshekh, one of the grandsons of Noah. Although Meshekh is an intriguing prime Optimus Prime ancestor, Moses Optimus Prime, right? He unfortunately remains completely obscure. So is Moses obscure, or is the name Mosokh obscure? Philostrosius, in fact, knew so little about the legend. Been doing a lot of talking, man. I'm doing a double drop. I'm just going. I'm just popping off. Let's go, man. Enjoy Shabbat, chilling in my robe. Let's go. HaWah. Philostrosius, in fact, knew so little about the legend that he could not match up the consonants and vowels in order to make sense of the postulated link between the city's name of Mosokh and the Mosokh's name. He couldn't put it together. He couldn't put the link between the city's name of Mosokh and Mosokh. So he shrugged and invented a makeshift phonetic transfer. A makeshift phonetic transfer? Hijack City. After the passage of time. So it went from Mosokh to Mosokh because he invented a phonetic transfer. It seems like he tried to confuse things, huh? After the passage of time, the city was called Mosokh through a swerving hijack city. They're just trying to take you away from Moses, the intriguing primal ancestor. In the later Roman Empire, all that survived of legends, whatever legends there were or may have been about Mosokh, were his name, reputation, and enigmatic connection with the name of the city. His name, reputation survived, but you never heard of Mosokh, right? But you heard of Moses. So I guess his name did survive. His reputation did survive. I mean, there's movies about it all day, right? And his enigmatic connection with the name of the city. The myth of Mosokh, the founder, was a lost memory. Moses, Israel, became a lost memory. The Byzantine, Georgia, all this drought we're kicking. Prester John is a lost memory. A fragment of an abandoned past, a casualty of the adoption of Greek mythology. Remember, Mosokh predates Greek mythology. Moses predates this Greek hijack, the imposition of Roman rule, and the expansion of Christianity. Because Mosokh, the founder, was a casualty of Greek mythology. Moses was a casualty of the imposition of Roman rule. Moses was a casualty of the expansion of Christianity. So it's no longer in remembrance in a society that defined himself or itself in terms of Greekness, Romanness, or Christianity. Hijack City. Moses, Mosokh, the founder, had become meaningless. But you see it in the tribe. You see it in the Georgian tribes. The tribe of Moshe. And what does this Moshe, this Mosokh have to do with the, the Meshekhs over here? The Meshekh tribe, the Mexico Mexico is Meshekh. Meshekh. The whole world is named after Moses, man. Didn't Josephus tell us that the whole world will be named? The entire world is named after this? I mean, my knock. Is it antiquities? Belly flop. Let's see if I can find this work of Josephus here. You know what I'm saying? I think it's in book 1. Let's go to book 1. Let's go chapter 6. Or is it book 6? Let's go back. Oh, okay. Let's go book 1. Let's try this again. Chapter. Yeah, here we go. How every nation was founded. Hey, man, we belly flopping, man. This is that balcony drop. Let's go, man. It's still here. Josephus is still here, dropping on that Mosokh. What did Josephus say? And did he ever say that this Mosokh, the whole world would be named after? Did he ever say that there's something very mysterious around Mosokh? It's belly flop right here, because he's just calling out all these tribes, right? The Greeks are the Scythians. Javan is Madai. Javan and Madai, the sons of Japheth. From Madai came the Madians, who are the Medes by the Greeks. But from Javan, Jonia and the Grecians are derived. Thobal founded the Thobalites. So he's just, breaking it down, which are now the Iberies. Hyborian. And Mosakhini, or Mosokh, were founded, or the Mosakhini were founded by Mosokh. Now, he doesn't really connect these Mosakhini anywhere. He just tries to fit it in. What did that say? Josephus did what? The Jewish historian Josephus even tried to fit him into biblical genealogies by equating him with Meshekh. So he's trying to fit him in, right? He's trying to fit in Mosokh, Moses, the primal ancestor, the intriguing prime. Josephus trying to fit him in. It looked like it, because he went from the Thobalites and then he just jumped into this Mosokh situation. Now they are the Cappadocians. Got it, because that's what we're digging on, right? There is also a mark of their ancient denomination still to be showed. So he didn't say all this for the Madai and the Madians, the Magagites. He just said, oh, the Magog founded the Magagites, the Greeks, the Scythians. He didn't go through all this work, man. But when he gets to Mosakhini and the Mosokh, look what he do. He keeps going. There is also a mark of their ancient denomination. The mark of their ancient denomination has a lot to do with an intriguing primal ancestor. Unfortunately, completely obscure. More mystery, right? More mystery. Everybody forgot about Moshe. Everybody forgot the myth of Mosokh the founder was a lost memory, a fragment of the abandoned past, a casualty of the adoption of Greek mythology, Roman rule, and Christianity. So now Mosokh has become meaningless. this intriguing primal ancestor. The same primal ancestor has an ancient denomination, a mark, a makir, a mark, a makir. Still to be shown. That's Revelation, Managa. For there is now even among them a city called Mazaka. Remember, through a swerving, which may inform those that are able to understand. Look how deep he's going into the Mosokh, man. Which may inform those that are able to understand that so was the entire nation once called. Then he goes, oh, the theorists are called, are those who are from Thracians, and the Greek changed the name to Thracians, and so were many countries that had the children of Japheth. He just leaves it. He just goes. He gives you all this work. He gives you all this work on Mosokh. He does not go into all these other tribes like that, man. So he's letting you know that there's a mark of an ancient denomination that will be showed, still to be showed, and that this Mazaka may inform those that are able to understand. Drop Nation, hey, we on Prester John 67. If you don't get it by now, let's go. Let's pop off. That so was the entire nation once called. The entire nation was once called after Mosokh or Meshekh or Meshekh. Remember that map left to the Templar that had like Mexico and all that over the entire North America? You know what I'm saying? So the whole nation was once called after Moses. Mosokh. Hey, love to Josephus for breaking it down. Mosokh is a intriguing primal ancestor, man. Yeah, man. The founder of the Cappadocians, his name suggests some sort of Shemitic derivation. It comes from Shem, the founder of the Cappadocians. Why did the Byzantine Empire get taken out in 1453? I think you're seeing the drop, but let's go. So when you talk Georgia tribes, you're talking to Meshekh. You're talking to Meshekh. You're talking to Mosokh, the Hebrew. Oh, Uri. I'm just digging on this Uri. This Tamar of Georgia. Remember Tamar, Sheba. Tamar, Sheba. I'm just going, man. Follow along. All right. Put on your special drop boots. You know what I'm saying? Your water boots, my naga. It's time to get the drippage going. It's time to walk on water, my naga. Let's pop off, man. Queen Tamar, right? Queen Tamar is who? Queen of Sheba. Bathsheba's affirmed name was Makkah Tamar. Mak, like the mark, like the Makir. So it's another Makir, Makkah title. Tamar is Sheba. Got it. Let's go. All right, so we got last time. She's married to this Uri. I'm just digging on the Uris right now because I'm really interested in the connection with this Uriah. Like the bro just popped off. My bro Tupac, man. My bro Pac just popped it off. But yeah, I was talking about your comments. I want to make sure I get a couple more. Love to American Aborigines. Gratitude. About to pop some popcorn and listen. I've been trying to refrain from too much info. Hey, man, you can never have too much drop, man. I appreciate you. He said he got the preview on IG, man. I appreciate you, man. Sean Israel, happy to see you back. Big bro, much hop. KTC, MHOE, Halal HaWah. K Mem said, how did I miss this? Man, I don't ever tell y'all to turn your notifications on, but you got to do that, and you got to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that you get that drop. If you thought you were subscribed, sometimes they unsubscribe. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, man. Even though we don't have subscribers, you know what I'm saying? We have real ones, man. Ada Davis, Tada, Abba HaWah, for all your gifts, Abaha, or Ahaba, love. Aha, man, that's what I'm talking about. Baruch, blessings, especially the beloved 432 drop Drakan. Let's go, man. Love to Derek Barry, Mara, Adam, Mar, man, Elam, Alamo. We gotta dig on these Alamos. We gotta dig on these Alamos. Love to Derek Barry, Star 66, Star 866, MHOE, most high over everything. Khan, I don't trust anything they say right about David. Anything. We laughing at the hijack before we finish reading the sentence. I know. You know what I'm saying? But we try to be non-biased, reconners, you know what I'm saying, and get some of that dropout. So sometimes we got to read some hard things to read, you know what I mean? Because the hijack is real. The hijack is active. Love to Charles Johnson. Hey, always peace, indigenous, Amaru Khan. My knocker, man. Pop off. Six Deuce Connection. Khan is Manukir connected with Makir, man. Okay, I'm glad I got this so that I can give you credit. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to dig on that. I want to dig on this Manukir and this Makir connection. You already know it. You already know it. Because when we talk Makir, we're just talking genealogies, right? This is Out the Treasures of Utah by Daniel Lowe. I just took a screenshot just to let you know how deep this Makir title goes. And look at this Canaan. Look at this Canaan. Canaan, right? But I'm trying to tell you, look at the dates, that this Canaan could very well be the same as this Canaan here, who is another son. He's the brother of Solomon. He's the brother of Khan David, the son of the other David, Prester John. And again, which one did Genghis Khan roll up on, you know what I'm saying? And this Exilarch title, David, Sauceland of Babylon in Georgia. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, who who had the rulership at the time that Genghis rolled up on him, you know what I mean? But just know that his brother is Hanan. We got to dig on Hanan, right? They don't give you that much, but we got to dig on Hanan. Now, this Hanan, sometimes they put a C or a K on it. So when you look it up in Genie, he'll pop up with a CH. He'll pop up with a KH. He'll pop up just with the H or just with the Anan, like Anan Ben David or Anion, or just like Lady Hannah, right? Lady Anan, all titles, man. But all right, so what does this Hanan have to do with the where we just at? Oh man. Oh man. Where we at? Where we at? We got a lot pop. Oh yeah, yeah. We gonna dig even more on this genealogies, but you know what I'm saying. We're just talking Hanan, Makir connected with Manukir. Manukir sounds a lot like Makir. Love the Six Dudes connection. Love the Red Eagle. More and more war. You already know. Oh, I mean Hanans, Anans, Anions. I mean, this is what's really being uncovered right now, my nut. Canaan. All right. So yeah, when you talk about this descent popping off, and then Daniel Lowe's breaking down the Exilarchs or the priest kings. You know what I'm saying? Right before the year 1100, and again, check the dates, right? So you got Prince Canaan or Hanan of Iago. They're just talking about Jacob. They're just talking Jacob. They're talking about the kingdom of Rodah, which is another Hebrew kingdom that's located right there in Arizona, Utah. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's that? Said this one he died at 1130. So I'm gonna use this a lot. This particular genealogy link because it does connect to some very interesting points in our our story. Our story. But this Canaan, Again, sometimes spelled with a C, sometimes just spelled with the H, like the Hana. Mm-hmm. Now, this Canaan said he's estimated before 1222, so we're right on time. This one he died at 1137. Man, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. It's a few years apart, right? So, okay. All right, let's keep going. Now, there's more than one Canaans or Canaans. Again, you got to choose your Canaan. And when they say that you're in the land of Canaan, we were told by the way we're taught, just think about one dimension, you know what I'm saying? One Canaan on the Hamitic side, and we don't think about the Canaans on the Shemitic side. Managi. Again, you see how they spelled the Canaan. And, just having fun in Genie. You could put in the Canaan. Let's see what we get when we put in Canaan. It might take me to a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Okay. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, man. I'm out of here, baby. Look at this. Dodge the high. My knock. Exilarch, Hebrew, right? This appears to be one of them phantom duplications, and Anatoly Fomenko dropping our history off with three major chronological time shifts, 333 years, 1050, 54, 53. So pretty much 300 years, 1,000 years, and 1,800 years, 76. These are three areas that they drop you off in. In this case, they put him right over in 216, but he's still connected with this Persian flow, right? Yeah, Babylonian flow, right? Exilarch, right. Just like David, right? So again, he's supposed to be the brother of Exilarch, David Soslan, son of Prester John. And now you can go back and see how it all connects. He's the father of Abraham David and Nathan ben Canaan. You see how the David flow is going to stay with you, right? You see how the David flow is always going to stay with you. You see Hosea 3, search for HaWah, keep the code, my noggin, and then you can search for your David flow because that's going to take you there. It's going to take you back to that water. It's going to allow you to have them anchors, you know what I'm saying, in the reality, my noggin. All right. Now look how they say his name. Now he's supposed to be Canaan, right? But he's also Hanan, also known as, look at all these. And now you can see what I'm talking about. So because they say Hanan over there, it's no difference than Canaan with a C or Anani. So they can drop the H and you just got Anan, like Anion or Anan bin David. Or you put the H on it, you got Hanan. Or you put the C on it, you got Canaan, my nigga. You got Canaan, my nigga. And I'm asking you to choose your Canaan. I'm asking everyone to choose your Canaan because that's what's really happening here. You got to make some choices. We got some choices to make when it comes to our Canaans. All right, now here it says that Canaan or Hanan is the son of Yahanan. I can't make it up, man. All right, he's the son of John, the son of Yahanan. Yahanatan. He's the son of John. All right, but look. So we have a Hanan that's the son of Prester John, and now you have a Canaan who's the son of John. You have all the same thing, Babylonian flow, just like the David Soslan flow, and it appears to be the same thing. Typologies, phantoms, and duplications. Will the real John please stand up? And he's also the son of another John and John. So now you're following a John title, or you're going to follow a David title, my noggin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, either way, you know, if you take nothing else from this, understand that Hanan and Canaan are the same title. Let's go. And if Hanan and Canaan are the same title, then you understand that Hanan, who is the son of Prester John, is also Canaan. Or Canaan, king of Gwinnett, or Prince Canaan. Canaan, Ben Jacob, Haradri. You can start cross-referencing all this stuff now. We're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the flow. You got King Iago or Jacob, Ben Israel, okay. Yeah. Younger brother of Mar, Isaac. Got you. Ha Nahustan of the Toltec. So we're connecting right into our indigenous flow, into the Toltecas. Prince Lancelin, which is where they get Lancelot of Camelot, except we have Lancelin of Kalelus, because Camelot is Kalelus. Let's go. Then you got King Israel the Seventh. Here's where it gets fun, because King Israel the Seventh, king of the Toltecs, is Quetzalcoatl. This is who the Mormons like to call Jesus. But now we're talking Joshua flow, like the book of the beginnings say, right? And if this would be a Joshua flow surfing the wave, if Joshua is also titled King Israel the Seventh, or the Quetzal, then he's coming after Isaac or Hawak-Mar, right? Let's get back in that book of the beginnings right quick. If I still got it up, I might have to pull it up again. Yeah, let's pull it up again. India Superior, my nigga. So, who's Joshua and who's Hawama? So we can connect it here, because we have a Hawak-Mar or Hawamak or Hawatzin. Okay. Who would this line up with, and who would the Quetzalcoatl line up with in the book of the beginnings? Let's, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, maybe something, maybe nothing. You know, we're on an investigation. The minute we say we're on an investigation, you better get the hell out of our way, because all we're doing is recon. Don't try to tell us how right we are, how wrong we are. We are investigating, which is more than we could say about you if you're over here just jamming us up in our investigation. Now, Gerald Massey in the book of the beginnings talks about Shu and Anhar in the Egyptian mythology and compares them to Moses and Joshua, conducting their people with what they call the solar orb around the circle of signs, overcoming the opposing powers postulated by the early men. So in Toltec mythology, here we go, Hawamak or Hawamadzin and Quetzalcoatl conducted their people through the pilgrimage, right? So we got this before. Quetzalcoatl in relation to Hawamak plays the role of Joshua. And Hawamak, like Moses, wrote the code of the law. So Gerald Massey in his recons comparing Hawamak to Moshe and Quetzalcoatl to Joshua. Can we substantiate that? We have separate genealogy with Daniel Lowe showing that Hawak Mar or Hawak Zine, which, could very well be HaWah that Gerald Massey is referring to is Moshe. And this could, because we're investigating, this could actually be giving us a timeline of when Moshe was rocking. Could give us a timeline, right? So, we're just digging on it. That's if we're looking at Quetzalcoatl as Joshua. And this would seem to make sense, you know what I'm saying? Because King David is happening in the 1200s or, the 1100s. And really, you got the Fountain of Youth, you know what I'm saying? I mean, all of them, even though they don't know. They're all theorizing. They don't know HaWah is born 930 or they're just throwing stuff out. So they could have been there a long time before that, you know what I'm saying? They were living a long time, you know what I mean? Now, cousin of Israel the sixth of Kalalus. Now, that would mean that Moses, you know what I'm saying, his predecessor is Makir of Kalalus. Now, is it the Makir that, went head up with Sylvanus to Texas and them, or are you talking about an earlier Makir? Because there are earlier Makirs. Just like you had that Isaac, which is also Hawak. So is this another title of Moshe, this Isaac title? Is Moses' pops, Amram, connecting with this Makir, this sinless man? Remember, Amram is one of the sinless men, right? According to this Kiliot flow. Makir of Kalalus, Mirik, America, priest king of the Tote, cousin of Israel the fifth of Rhoda and Kalalus. Then preceding him is another Isaac. All right, preceding him is the King Israel the third, Septimus. And we just keep throwing it out there because, there is this, real in-depth story of this Septimus Sylvanus, right? Or Severus, something like that. So Sept means seven. So, of course, we're talking the seven cities of gold. We're talking Kalalus. We're talking Rhoda. What does the Septimus Severus have to do with this Septimus? I don't know. But this is King Israel the third, brother of King Rodri. Got it. Then you got King Israel the second. Then you got King Israel the first, who is a Makiri. But so is King Israel the second. He's also Makiri. Mark is the sign, the Tau, Mac. Let's go. Makir on Israel the second. Makir on Israel the first. Didn't someone ask us about the possible connection with Makir and Manukir? If Manukir is who? Shah of Shirvan Shah. This one, he's married to Princess Tamar, which lines up with the David Sauceland. So which Makir would this be in the genealogy? You see me, I'm going from genealogy and genealogy and the treasures of Utah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Back to the, Josephus flow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're trying to correlate a nice, steady rhythm here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it can be a lot, but if you are in rhythm, it won't be that overwhelming, man. Because, this is fun. It should be fun for you. You know what I'm saying? So this Manukir, is it a Makir? Well, this would be Makir the third if that was the case. Looking at their timelines, 1100s. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's hard to tell because this one really picks up right there in that 1100 range. You know what I'm saying? So the closest Makir we have there would be this Makir of Kalalus, which is a little bit before that. You know what I mean? Not that really means a whole lot with timelines and all that. because we have three major chronological time shifts. But that Makir, so count the Makirs, man, because that's a major title. You got that Makir here, 1, 2. There's another Makir that they're mentioning here. All right. Makir. So you got 3 or 4, and then you got Nehemiah Theodorus Hamakiri. This is what we're talking about in the Forbidden Histories of America. And his dad would be Makir Chodros ben Yahuda, or Judah Managa. And this is as far as they go, back to the Makir, son of Judah, who was also an Amorai. Now, remember how they put this in the Forbidden Histories of America. And let's go to another document by Daniel Lowe. The same Akir flow, but this time they kind of write it a little differently. Let's cross-reference this, my noggin, and get a little more. You know what I mean? Look, we got a lot of drop to get on. I think we're almost 2 hours in already. Obviously, Prester John 68's coming in hot, but I don't want to give you too much. But you know what I'm saying? I can just keep going. These could easily be 4-hour drops. All right, but back to these Kalelus inscriptions, right? You got Israel the Third, 880. He liberates Texas. He was banished for liberating Texas. He was the first to break custom. The earth shook, fear overwhelmed the hearts of men in the 3rd year after they had fled. I mean, we're talking about Israel the Third. Which one is that? That would be Septimus Monarch. Okay. Let's go. It's all making sense. Now, what did he break down over here about this Makir, right? On the death of his father, Makir Theodoric, in about 765 AD, Nehemiah Theodoric becomes the Western Exilarch and leader of all the Hebrews. So that's where they're picking it up. That's 765. That pops us right at the beginning. So on the death of his father, so this Makir died in 765, according to this timeline here. Okay, his son pops off. And this is your Theodorus, the Rus, right? The Theodorus. So, all right, and then you got what we got before, right? That 775 Nehemiah, Theodore reconquered. He already had it in his fam, like it was already a part of the lineage, the heritage. He conquered what? The American Empire of Kalelu. That's what we talking about. Where you from, my naga? The American Empire. This ain't no Africa talk. This is ancient America, old world talk. Kalelus, ruled by Sylvanus Texas. And now you're popping off the Toltec. Now, Nehemiah also goes under that title of the Texas. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a war against the Toltecs. This is a Toltec on Toltec war, an Israel on Israel war. Solomon the Builder, the hereditary ruler of the former Hebrew ruled Reman. What is Reman? Pomegranate, promised land, Granata. And then you keep reading, you get into the Swan Knights. You keep reading, you get deeper into what's popping off. You know what I'm saying? And, it connects to the ogre flow, eventually when you keep, reconning. Because, this author takes out a very important piece that he puts over here, in a different flow. You know what I'm saying? But do we have it up? Do we have it up? It's very important because we're talking we're talking the she, we're talking that Tao. The she, we're talking that Tao. So same thing. Forbidden History, The Legend of Ogier the Dane, son of Godfrey, Dune de Maïs actually refers to ThaWaDa de Danann, Dunan, also known as Maninan of Maine or America. This is when Maine was still in the Four Corners, not way over there in the East Coast. Then he goes into the Irish legend of Regamon. But what really came after the Maine of America? What came after this sentence? You had to find it in a whole another document. Same thing, because he's quoting from Daniel Lowe. Before Daniel Lowe changed the script, where the, right, known as the Maine or Mananane of America, where the giant ogre heads of the Olmec are found. Then he talks about the Irish legend of Regamon, but what does he do over here? He goes from Maine of America, skips over the Olmec, and goes into the Irish legend of Regamon. But someone called him slipping. No, Daniel Lowe. You didn't want us to know what these people look like. That's why you took out them Olmecs, man. Yeah, when you talk ThaWaDa, when you talk Mananane, and definitely when you talk America, you're talking about the ogre heads, like Shrek, right? Shrek is a knockoff of the Olmec. They say, oh, you guys look like ogres. Derogatory title for the Olmec, my not. And the Olmec have everything to do with Kalalus and Solomon the Builder and the American Empire of Kalalus. Yeah, he took out that Olmec flow. Now you see, now you see. And I want to take my time and really dig on this document because it's a lot how to drop. Oh, the Diplodocus, yeah, they got these they got the swords and Kalalus with dinos on it, man. Y'all thought I was playing? But what would a dinosaur be called before 1841? Yeah, a dragon. Yeah, we just talking them Olmecs, man. We talking them she. So when we talk about the Uris and the Tamars, you know what I'm saying, you can dig on them further, you know, connect yourself to the story. Uri allied himself with a powerful part of Georgia nobles led by Vardan Dadiani, Guzan, blah, 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 whatever that name is, and Batso Jakili, and returned to lead a revolt against Tamar. So why, oh why, did David put Uriah or Uri in the front line? Either way, he should not, you know what I'm saying, have caused, fatal harm to that man, you know what I'm saying? But was it just to take his Sheba, or, was there a deeper situation happening with Uriah, Now in the script, Uriah, is like a saint, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of go out their way to, for a brief moment talk on this Uriah and, how saintly he is, this mighty man, the mighty man. He's one of David's mighty men. And I want to get into this 2 Samuel flow a little bit. You got Absalom, Abu Lasan, like Absalom. One of David's bonds, Headed by Abu Lasan, arranged a marriage of Prince Uri with Queen Tamar. Remember, Absalom was going against David, if this is Absalom, but he would be on Uri's side if that's the case. And is that the war that was going down? You know what I'm saying? Man, our chronology is all over the place. But think about this Uri situation a little bit more, this Kingdom of Georgia. And maybe we'll get this, for the dismount this time. I got so much more, man. I was hoping to get to, man. But this is why we are on Prester John 67, my nugget. But let's go. Let's see what we can do. 2 Samuel 11, David and Bathsheba. I just want to take it back to the start. Get back in the story, get back in the script. And it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle. that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in an evening tide, that David arose from his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look on. So this is when they're kind of setting the script of this, lustful situation happening with David and Tamar or Bathsheba. I mean, they're trying to set the stage, and perhaps, what I'm saying? I'm just, hey, we got to look at it like, with a dragonfly perspective, you know what I'm saying? We got to do it for Dawi, you know what I mean? We got to see why did they, even if he did commit a transgression, which is, what I'm saying, something that he paid for, according to the story, why? Was it just a lust situation, or was there something greater popping off with this Uriah? Now here, of course, we got this, Uriah, who just is like a saint, right? He's a mighty man. He's like a saint. But let's go. Hold up, man. Can we get some of that water for the dismount? Yeah, there we go. We got that water. Drop nation got the ball. And it came to pass after the year was expired. All right, so David stayed in Jerusalem. He rose off his bed. He saw this woman on the roof washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look on. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, "Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam?" Now, Manaka, this body bags, that link that we got last time, talking about she was David's daughter by her namesake. And love to the Templar. He's like, well, that's just somebody named after his mother. Not, that don't mean that was, saying, an incest situation. But you don't even have to go that far, because it's a body bag. If we're going off the script and not off of this jabroni's theory, because over there, that's a theory, right, of David marrying that Tamar or Sheba is his daughter and his wife or something like that. And trying to put us in some type of Lot, Ammon, and Moab situation, man. When in reality, Bathsheba is the daughter of Eliam. It don't say that she's David's daughter. And as much as they like to trash David, wouldn't they just put that out there if that's what they wanted to make David look like? Ain't nobody trying to make David no saint. Christianity don't try to make David no saint. They want to make JC the star. He's the romance hero. He's the knight now, right? But this Sheba, who is Tamar, at least, I could rock on that wave. That Bathsheba is Makah Tamar. They say the second, but just rock with us, right? Rock with us, man. Let's go. And if it was his daughter, he wouldn't need to inquire about it. He would say, man, tell my daughter to come here, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that. It ain't hitting for that. That's called blasphemy. That's called bearing false witness on the Khan and we KTC. Is it not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in to him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness. And following this story, it's a transgression on both of their behalves, which is why they lost their first child. This child that she's with, they end up losing, right? So she takes that L. He takes that L. He also loses Absalom, when the kingdom is split up and it's Judah on Judah, right? So David sent to Joab saying, send me Uriah the Hittite. Joab sent Uriah to David, And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, Go down to your house and wash your feet. And Uriah departed out the king's house, and he said, Wash your feet. And there followed him a mess of meat from the king. Now they have all this in italics, so what is it really? But Uriah slept at the door in the king's house with all the servants at his lord, or of his lord, and went down not into the house, or not down to the house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down into his house, David said unto Uriah, Camest thou not from thy journey? Why didn't you go down into your house? And Uriah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents in my lord Joab, and the servants of my lord are in, are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into my house to eat and drink and lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as my soul lives, I would not do this thing. So Uriah is being very saintly, right? And David said to Uriah, Tarry here today also, and tomorrow, and I will depart. I'll let you depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow, or the next day. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And that evening he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house. So he went to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord. I mean, we gotta get some more translations, man. But went not down into his house. And then, here we go. It came to pass in the morning, David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter saying, Set you Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle. Now, what's the hottest battle? If we jump over here to the Queen Tamar situation, right? The hottest battle going down is this battle that Uriah is now raising up. He's raising up against Tamar, and Tamar herself led the troops. Now, are we talking about Sheba leading the troops? I mean, which story do you believe? You think Sheba was just that type of cold-hearted snake, you know what I'm saying? And her husband gets killed, and then she jumps in the bed with David, and that's the story. Like, I think they're trying to paint subtle negative connotations, you know what I'm saying? Degrade the priest queens and the priest king, you know what I'm saying? This time, Tamara herself led the troops. Tamara led the troops. What battle were they fighting? Because, David sent Uriah to the front of the hottest battle and retire you from him that he may be smitten and die. And when it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he had signed Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were, and the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people, the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war, and charged the messengers, saying, When thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto you, Wherefore approach you so nigh into the city when you did fight? Knew you not that they would shoot from the wall, who smote Abimelech, the son of Jerubbesheth? Did not a woman cast a milestone upon him from a wall, that he died in Thebes? Or Thebes? And remember, Thebes is another name for Sheba. So you're talking about the land of Sheba? Did Sheba, they say some random woman killed him, threw some milestone off the wall, right? Over here, it says that Queen Tamar herself You know what I'm saying? Led the troops, my nigga. So, we have interesting parallels and timelines in history dealing with chronology. Yeah, my nigga, I mean, which war was this hot battle taking place in with Uri or Uriah? Worldhistory.org. I mean, Uri was defeated by a Georgian duke in 1193, right? Genghis Khan invades Prester or David Soslan in 1202, right? Thereafter vanishes from historical record. The main Muslim army under Nusrat Bakir faced off against David Soslan. Is this the David that was supposedly killed uh, in the battle with Genghis Khan in 1202? I mean, this battle of Shamkor is taking place in 1195. Which battle is it anyway? I mean, what's really taking place? Because, I mean, look, in world history, the Tamar era is a time when the bloody dawn is taking over the world in the east and the steppes of Mongolia. Temujin is plotting his future empire, becoming Genghis Khan. So this Tamar David Soslan has everything to do with Genghis Khan. Do not let them take this factor out. The Third Crusade is raging in the West and yada, yada, yada. I mean, which war is this Uri or Uriah popping off in, and what really happened? I mean, we don't know. We don't know, but, we're just saying. Another name for David Soslan is David Soslani, which, I just put it in. I'm going to let y'all dig on it because it's going to connect you to a lot more of this David flow under these George titles, you know what I'm saying? And you see some familiar links that we already digging on popping up already. You have Tamar in the script. I'm going to leave this link for you. You got the story of Judah and Tamar, right? And here we go again. Tamar is villainized again as, some type of harlot. She's supposed to be married to Judah's son, but she tricks Judah and she's a trickster, right? Same thing with the Bathsheba. She tricks basically David into, lusting after her, she's bathing on the roof. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all believe? You know what I mean? I just know that everything we got, it's just full of translations and full of, agendas, you know what I mean? And we got to stick to an anchor and we got to do our own recon. You got Tamar popping up. The infamous Joseph with many-colored coat who went on to gain favor with the king and eventually rescue his brother and father from the famine, Genesis 39. But it isn't Joseph who shows up in the genealogical line of JC, it's Judah. So again, typologies. They got to come back to the Davids. They got to come back to Judah. But the cool thing about this is that it'll tell you, all these other areas and times that Tamar is mentioned. 2 Samuel 13. Now, Absalom, David's son, had a beautiful sister whose name was Tamar. Whoa. So David's bond, his sister is also Tamar. So we got a Tamar Absalom who ends up dying in the war, against David. All right. That's a Tamar. You got the Tamar, with Judah. Then you got this Tamar with, David. This Bathsheba situation, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're going to have to dig on it. You're going to have to dig on it. You know what I'm saying? We're just saying it's all becoming too real. You know what I mean? When you talk about khandrop. Again, this is that Russian painting, that Russian fresco, holding the code, just like Moshe. We're going to talk about this David Moshe connection a lot more, in the future. Great link here. We'll get more of this later as well. The Cyclopedia of India and East and Southern Asia by Edward Balfour. Gotta get this bigger. Whoa, gotta get that bigger. That's as big as it gets, man. But, it goes into the Karyas, the royal dynastic tribe of the Tartars, which Prester John belonged. The Karyas, the Kara, which means black or melanated. Ong Khan of the Karyat Mongols, celebrated in Europe under the name Prester John, was a contemporary of Genghis Khan. At the same time he's living, but you hear about Genghis and not the Prester, whom at the instigation of the jealous enemies he attempted but failed to destroy. Marco Polo states that Tanduk or Tangu is spelled Tenduc, also spelled Tangut, was the chief seat of Prester John when he ruled over the Tartars. Man, my naga, where is Tangu? Is it in the Grand Khan? Is it in Asia? Huh? Which one? Which Asia? Is Tangu in America or India Superior? You got it right here. Like what? Upper Canada. They're saying the Grand Khan was holding it down up there as well. Okay, man. Okay. We're just surfing away. Look, man. So Prester John ruled over the Tartars where? In Tanduk or Tangu, and also the residents of his descendants in their reduced and subordinate position. Marco Polo says that the great Khans often gave their female relations in marriage to the kings of the Karyat or Prester John's line, and other intermarriages were frequent. Yeah. I mean, you dig on it, go into the Kerala, you know what I mean? Go into the Kerala. Like I said last time, man, you go up here in the drop, you digging on the priest, King Prester John, you're going to have to dig on the Raja Cholas, Prince Jadaron Bragatoni, First, Christian Empire. Come on, man. Dr. Hijack, we're talking Hebrews, but we are talking three Indians. Yeah, the three Indians. He was the grandson through his mother of Kaluthunga Chola II, the Cholan Soli Emperor of the three Indians. And that's why you saw the Soli, like the Soliman. His father was a Christian Bragantoni Prince Attad of the Assets. And these Assets carried titles just like the Allens. It all goes back to the Georges and the Bragantonis. Wikipedia states, according to historian N. Sutherman, Raja was not the direct descendant of Raja or Raja Chola II, but was the son of his sister. Now, this reminds you a lot of that Queen Tamar flow, right? Raja Chola II chose Raja as his heir in 1166, as he did not have any sons of his own. Back to the Queen Tamar flow, like she's this, lady heir, because there was no other sons, you know what I'm saying? So she took up this rulership because she had to. Prester John was succeeded by his younger brother, Kulothunga Chola III, when Prester John retired to be a Christian monk or hermit. Got it. Hanan or Kana is the son of Prester John. Is the son of Prester John or Raja Chola II Jadaron. And that's why it's so important to take our time, through these cholas. I'm just giving you a little bit of, as we go. We'll definitely be digging more on these cholas and taking our time with it. We're just making a dismount to connect these three Indians. Kulothunga held Prester John's son, Vikrama Pandyan. Vikrama. All right, Vikrama Pandyan by his Pandyan wife to become the Pandyan king. Vikrama's son, Jatavarman, rebelled against his Chola cousins but was defeated and submitted to the Cholan overlordship. Jatavarman's brother, Maravarman, on succeeding him, attacked the Cholans and later became the emperor of all three Indias, man. And right now, you're just looking at India's period. So what are the other three Indias? What are the other three Indias, my Nagi? Man, this is very, very important drop right here, man. He restored the policy of religious tolerance in the empire like his grandfather, Prester John. So he restored the code. However, his son, Martavarman Sandora II, was defeated by Rajendra Chola III, grandson of Kalotunga Chola III. Martavarman II's son, Jatavarman III, seized back the throne of the three Indies. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So they had their own civil war. Just like the Israel on Israel flow, just like the Sylvanus to Texas flow. You know what I'm saying? The infighting that you keep reading about. Israel on Israel. After the days of Solomon, the kingdom's divided. The kingdom was divided with David as well because of the transgression with Uriel. Sandora's daughter married Australian Javanese king of the, remember Australian, code word, Antarctica, high Amazon queens, Rubati, Gotti, and Mani. Yeah. Similar to the Lady Hannah situation. And it says, Lady Hannah, Queen of Tehama, is the mother of Princess Dara. Wife of David the First. David the First, Deweet, right? Dawdi, Raiden, King of Robati, Gotti, and Mani. And kind of reminds me of the Raiden character in Mortal Kombat. He got the flow, he got the glow. Husband of Hannah, Jewish, all right, or Hebrew, Queen of Tehama. So Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, right? David would be, as the king of Judah, he would be ruling over not just Judah, but Israel. So that would include Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, or Mani. But you see how it's the same thing, but broken up with different titles, whether you're talking about David, Raiden, king of Rubati, Gotti, and Mani, or you're talking about David, Jadaron, emperor of Soli, Prester John, husband of who? Lady Hannah. What about this David? What about David the First? Husband of who? Anaga. The same Lady Hannah. I can't make this up. Hannah. So this Raja Chola is the same, obviously, as this David the First, the king of Rubati, Gotti, and Mani. So not only is he the king of Rubati, Gotti, and Mani, or I don't know, the three Indies, but he's also the emperor of Soli, the Pandian, the Chola. For the dismount, my naga. Best dismount of all time. Let's go. So this Sandora, right, married this king of Rabati, Gotti, and Mani, is proclaimed empress of the three Indias and is from about 1350 to 1530, her descendants who follow an Indianized Jewish Christian faith. What is an Indianized Jewish Christian faith? Why not just say that they're Hebrews? Why not just say that they're Hebrew Israelites, man? Reigned as Prester John's title, right? John's, or Panian Empire emperors. Right, that's why you got the Panians. Raja Chola II, Jadaron, right? The first Prester John in Christian Empire, or emperor of the three Indias. The so-called Voynich manuscript is a 15th century copy of the original, which was written by him in the 12th century. So either you surf the wave that this Voynich was written in the 15th century, or you're going to surf the wave that the Voynich was written in the 12th century. I like the 12th century flow. But remember that 333-year time shift, three major chronological time shifts, 333 years, 1,054 years, and 1,776 years. That's three time shifts. 300 years difference brings you from the 15th century to the 12th century, my nigga. Either way, you're talking a Voynich manuscript. Well, they said the language is a Hebreo-Georgian Indian. Man, first I said, what is an Indianized Jewish Christian? And what is a Hebreo-Georgian Indian language? Just know that you're talking about the royals, the royal house. His son by his black Pandyan wife was King Vikrama Pandyan. He said he had at least three sons by his Jewish or Hebrew wife, Lady Geveret Hannah. So that's another name, another title. This Geveret. His son David Soslan became the Babylonian Exilarch in 1175, and the husband of Queen Tamar of Georgia. His son Hanan or Hani became the prince or king of the Jews of Tahama. Remember that Hanan is also Canaan. His son Solomon was the Jewish prince or Hebrew prince or king of Telmus who married Queen Limbu or Labana of the Rubani. So whether you're talking Rabani Gadi Mani, whether you're talking the Raja Cholas and the Panyans, whether you're talking the Exilarch and the Babylonian situation in Georgia, you're talking the same damn thing. The same people. You're talking the same flow. And look at the Vikrama flow. Look at the Koluthunga flow. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Jadavarman flow. Maravaman flow. Sada Yavarman flow. I mean, surf the wave, Managi. And perhaps, you're going to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Solomon the Third. Another Raiden. Mortal Kombat. Became the Prester John Emperor of the Three Indies in 1370. Married his cousin, Princess Sora Wardhana, another Hana, daughter of Prince Singhawardhana, the Duke of Paguhan, Princess Iswari Majapahit, a daughter of Queen Trib Howana and Raden, King David III. Yeah, King David. Keta Wardhana of Kabul. Solomon succeeded his father Joseph II, Raden, Sator as king of Rodan. Kabar is Heber. Where's Eber? You're talking Keber or Kaveria or Kavera. Yeah, man. And a lot of these links don't even exist no more. That's why we literally copied and pasted this joint. You know what I'm saying? Right here in your face bone, man. I can't make this stuff up. You see there's no separation with these cholas? Because it's the same people as the Georgians. It's the same people as the Rubati Ghani Manis that's connected with the high Amazon Queens and Antarctica, my naga. Yeah, recon the Moore Pyramid, my naga. You dig? And, even though we didn't get to it this time, I want to get to this Amram. We might pop off with this Amram because I want to see if there's any correlation with Amram and Makir. You know what I'm saying? Since Moshe could be this HaWah, my droplets is popping off, man. I got to make some flapjacks, man. I got to make some pancakes, man. All right, but, you got Makir here. You got HaWah, who could be this Moshe, and this Prince Makir here could literally be Amram, popping off, popping off in the Hebrew timeline, man. It's so much fun to surf the wave, man. I can't wait to get back in our pick drop because it's going to pick right up with the Moks and the Max and the Mac here to the Mac title like Farchar Mac, Farquhar Mac. You know what I'm saying? These are the ancient Macs of the Roos, of the Ross, of Clan Ross. Yeah. Yeah, man. Scotland. Oh, boy. We're talking Scotia. We just talking Scotia. We'll get back in the Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, my noggin. We got a lot of drops to pick up on that. That's where we started at. You dig? You dig? And enjoy. I'm going to leave the link for the OG drop library, man. I mean, I still got a special heart bone for the OG drop library. Many, most, if not all of these links are still active, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's just it's the beginning flow that we, put a lot of our beginning, recon in here. Lost Tribes and Promised Land, man. We got to get in that book of Kalam Balam, man. Land of Prester John. Hey, love the Uno on the beats, man, who dropped so much of this drop in here, man, as well. And I just appreciate all my Nagas, man, that's continuously checking in. This this Vara Gendra Chola. Also plays heavy. Chola King, who spent a major part of his life as a subordinate of his two elder brothers, Raja Hiraja Chola I and Rajendra Chola II. Back to the drop. You know what I'm saying? His reign falls in a period of medieval Cholas when it was both trying to expand its boundaries and preserve its extending territories, man. Yeah, man. I like digging on these Cholas, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you get a whole nother perspective to Chola. Oh, man. I lean like a Cholo, man. Chola. You're just talking about these kings. And it's all right there in the language, man. In these battles, I'm sure we can link this up with Uri or Uriah as well as we continue to surf the wave. The Cariat drop, we'll get back in that as well, man. I'm just letting you know what's next and what's coming in hot. And you know what, man? I keep teasing you with this Joseph drop because it's severe droppage. I don't even want to front on it, you know what I'm saying? And, look, this one right here is written in French. It's written in all French. I got to translate it. It's all in French. But it connects Kalelus. It connects so much, you know what I'm saying? Connected with our indigenous flow. And what I did, since I didn't want to tease you too bad, man, for Prester John 68, we'll pick up here. I did a quick translation on one of the paragraphs from French to English for the dismount. There are some documented stories of ships sailing on this ancient sea of salt and references to 7 cities on an island in the middle of a sea said to be the mythical place called Aslan. A town is said to have been called Avalon, and the documents also speak of this famous Lake Kapala that geologists called Lake Unta, which is 33 million years old. The documents speak of the Septim Sitta, or the 7 cities of Kalelu, also called Caliquas, man. I mean, a lot's going down in this link with this Joseph flow, and I look forward to connecting further with my Nagas. I mean, what's going on in the Grand Canyon or the Grand Kanjan? We're going to have to pick it up, you know what I'm saying, at a later time, because when it's on, it's on. And the land of Prester John. Hey, look out for Prester John 68 and ThaWaDa for surfing the wave. Halal HaWah.